They went to drink us straight by a club called 88. The driver called his sweet mouth friend Flash Gordon to give him some driving lessons. Flash appointed himself as the conductor, pushing around them passengers. Meanwhile the car running bout helter-skelter. Pedestrians started to scatter. Ellis Clark had to jump and run to stay alive. He says, the new driver cannot drive. Questioning me so much about the driver. You want proof to show he can't maneuver. Well boy, the first month he get this driving job, you know the man bounced down for you, Rick Bob. He's swerving so much John Humphrey get frightened. John asked him where he buy his license. And while the car swerving, John Humphrey trying to hold on to the steering. Well, some school children by the road run like hell. They lose their lunch and books as well. He driving on the fast Neil and Massey Lane and pelt Mr. Cola straight in the drain. He slammed the brakes on them old public servants. Some get injured, no insurance. Then he tied them up in bonds that he connived. They say the new driver cannot drive. For Nancy Tannis, Chester Rogers. He lost his way by the INF station and asking a Yankee for direction. And like a vagrant, he begging all who pass to buy back some of his oil and gas. And Jack warned him that his new battery corrode and not to pass on the IMF road. But he ain't listening, he drop asleep driving and IMF thieves rob him. Well, I best shelter in rain under a shop. He refused to give Lloyd a drop. And Melody flat down the taxi. He passed them straight and pick up Gypsy.
Like that one, fellas.
Good afternoon, folks. Thanks for joining Independent Talk today. Igwe?
Yeah, good afternoon, KB. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Carl.
Good afternoon to all the listeners on the RealFM platforms, be it social media, be it radio, be it tuning. Independent Talk for Sunday, 16 July 2023. Grenada is my constituency. RealFM is my parliament. I'm the people's spokesman along with KB, and we are continue to be blessed and protected by the Ancient of Days. The discussion this evening, folks, is leadership matters. Because of all that is going on in the country and the leadership by avoidance or leadership lack thereof, it's deafening. 2nd Chronicles 7:14 KBC, because a lot of people saying what happening now, they keep talking about pray. But listen this, KB. If my people who are called by my name first shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn away from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive them and heal the land. So KB, not only pray alone.
No.
They have to humble themselves, which this present administration is not humbling themselves.
Action.
They have to turn away from the wickedness by how they treating the poor people and saying, and it's that. And if all that will happen, they could bring 1 million prayer warriors. The ancient of days say, I will not hear you from heaven and forgive you and heal your land. So you have a lot of things to happen. It's not just out, oh, pray, pray, pray. Yes, we go deal with the religious community today too. Because during the last election, they play a serious role by advising people how to vote. And they divide and rule. So now it's difficult for even them, KB, to talk to anybody. Because people are taking them seriously. And then when you have people from the religious community like Lacret and them lying to the people, people are really making joke with the religious community, although we believe they have a part to play. KB, I was reading last night, and I came up on a cage board. And a man sing a song, do you ever hear a cage board sing, Buju? A cage board sings with a fearful thrill, KB, of things unknown, but longed for still. And has turned its head on a distant hill, for the cage bird sings of freedom. So KB, we hear, like cage bird, we singing for good governance.
Yeah, man.
We singing for transparency.
Respect.
We singing for people to understand and do what is necessary. We singing for leadership to come to the fore. And KB, we hear, and in no way we are happy of the situation that happening in the country, KB. So we're not here trying to glorify what is happening and wishing the present administration bad. And we hear, KB, and we willing, ready, and able to be part of the process.
Yeah.
But the powers that be are to come straight and engage all.
Yeah.
And not some. As we usually do, KB, on programs like these, we don't just come and speak out. We tend to educate and give information, leadership. The ability of an individual or a group of people to influence and guide followers or members of an organization, society, or a team. And some of the qualities we expect from leadership, KB, is simply this: communication. And when the present administration says to the nation, will only give you information on a need-to-know basis, who determines what is the need to know? And there lies in the problem, because all that is going on in the country, the 13 or 14 murders, how much suicide, is that a situation on a need to know? Should not the Minister of National Security or the advisor to the Minister of National Security or the Commissioner of Police, KB, should not one of them address the nation and allay the fears of the populist vision? We see no vision presently to deal with the crime situation, KB. None. Empathy. Who shows empathy? Because we see no happening, and the families of these people and them indicating that nobody from the powers that be ever coming and say anything to them.
Yeah.
Accountability. Because when you hear all this fiasco going on with the seed program and recent information debunking what the minister And the Prime Minister say, his problem, and gratitude, KB. KB, the thing has reached a point with all of us,
Yeah.
not like how the Queen show us, they say they have too much NNP on it. All of us, KB,
Have that responsibility.
NNP, NDC, ETAL,
Yeah.
ought to be part of the solution. And Grenada has become, got accustomed, KB, to good leadership in times of crisis. Because we could speak about Ivan, the leadership there. We could speak about MLE. We could speak about the pandemic.
COVID.
We could speak about COVID. We could speak about when the NP came into office in 2013, the state of the economy. So Grenada had what it calls good leadership. And then the whole discussion was they did too long. But we won John Public KB right on this radio. We say one. We're not saying Dr. Mitchell and the NNP should be empowered or they're not the repository. However, we question the team of the NDC then. I even ask you, KB, and you say we drew the parallel with the revolution. And you said, when you speak to Bernard Code, he said to you, KB, arrogance, inexperience, lack of institutional knowledge. And we warn the population. We say, okay, we don't saying that Keith Mitchell should have win, sir, but maybe other persons would have been better. And when we come here and we say the nation is governed by the worst people we do, deeming or being derogatory, the ability of leadership, KB, comes into question. Because you can have a situation where 6 to 7 months in the year and you have close to 14 murders. The crime is on the increase and you have the police, Vanny Cohen and others, going on the radio and say crime decrease. Which crime? Obscene language maybe? Because people might tired cause bad word. And as you say that, boom, just so you know, man in garden dead, man on beach dead, you hear man in telescope dead. As they say crime decreasing. Because we warn them, if you interfere with the moral of the Royal Grenada Police Force, what could happen? Rogue elements within the organization would inform the criminal persons out there. Watch, things do right. And when you have a demoralized police force, that is the result, KB. We see all that. Yeah. We said to the government, the social safety net programs, not to interfere with it, because that could have a direct correlation with crime. Yeah. Nobody do see nothing, KB. And KB, like I keep saying here, about leadership, the national security apparatus of the country, the most senior persons within this is the Prime Minister, who happens to be the Minister of National Security, who we have the National Security Advisor, who was a commissioner, so he ought to know, and we have an acting commissioner here still is in Hollywood. But these three gentlemen have not addressed the situation, KB. In my surprise, I heard Minister Telesford make a weak attempt to address the situation and only addressing the situation of persons who have committed suicide. And then we don't know if it's suicide because you see, KB, and I'm saying, I'm making the point here, because the guy was found on the beach. The pathologists say here it was drowned in. When they bring in persons from outside, they say it was dead by manual strangulation. So I want to know what kind of investigation they're doing with his death to see he's hanging or suicide. I hope they're taking the particular precautions in terms of the mechanics of hanging and the whole area and the lever-matic blood dripping and so on, and how it was tied and not. And I hope they're doing all that, because we could very well let in some criminal go free. So I want them to do that, and that is how it's important. The senior people within the national security apparatus, KB. And up to now, neither the commissioner, neither the national security advisor, your good friend KB, neither the commissioner of police has not indicated to the nation what is the strategic or scientific plan and objective in dealing with the situation. We don't happy that happening, KB. It affects all of us. As Kroko says, if your child come home with a diamond, you have to say, child, where you get that from? Because if you don't do that, and the police come, you go bring the whole family down. If we let this crime thing fester, KB, you bring the whole family down. KB, and I'm still saying how it affects the tourism product. And tourism is the linchpin of this economy. Because Mr. Cornwall said they stop sell passport for Russian. So they go lose money from the CBI. So the financing of the budget going up in problem. And it brings us square, KB, into the ability of the leadership in this country, KB.
That is the test.
And that what we warned John public about. We say, yes, it's your choice. However, when you're putting people to manage the nation's affairs,